So this clip is called Tim Heidecker's take on Tony Hinchcliffe. Tim Heidecker is making fun of Tony Hinchcliffe.
He talks like this, but he's not gay, I don't think. I don't know whether he is or not. But
Tim Heidecker does the funniest Tony Hinchcliffe impression.
he's like, you're
Fine either way.
Your headphones are so blue. They're like your blue balls. It's like, they're like you have blue balls because you don't.
Let's watch this clip. So this clip is called Tim Heidecker's take on Tony Hinchcliffe.
Landscape has changed so much. When you're a big Tony Hinchcliffe fan?
No,
like
I don't even. People talk about this guy.
Dude.
I don't even know who the this
He's
guy
the
is.
GOAT.
Tony Hinchcliffe. Is he the Kill Tony guy?
Yeah, man, he's the GOAT.
Is he the Kill Tony guy? Yeah, sums it up right there.
Nobody ruins people better than him. Like with his insult comedy, it's fun. You're done.
It's
like,
crazy.
You should try going up against Tony Hinchcliffe and see how ruined you get.
I would rather fight him than try to do comedy with, just because I don't know who this guy is. Every time we go on tour, somebody will be like, "Oh, you're a comedian. Do you watch Kill Tony?" I'm like, "I've never seen Kill Tony."
We should
I mean, like, it's obvious, like, they're just going in on the bit here. They're ripping on him.
find a dumb clip of him.
I would
a
love to
pathetic
watch it.
clip of him.
You blew it.
These,
Oh, my.
like, he's like a Rogan, emissary.
We go on tour, somebody will be like, "Oh, you're a comedian. Do you watch Kill Tony?" I'm like, "I've never seen Kill Tony."
We should find a dumb clip of him.
I would
Like a
love to
pathetic
watch it.
clip of him.
You blew it.
These like he's like a Rogan, emissary.
I guess
Wow, did you hear how that's just brutal there?
I've learned that, but I'm just like,
They
does he
worship
do?
him.
But does he do comedy, or does he just make fun
Yeah,
of
he's
people?
like this is him. He'll be like he talks like this, but he's not gay. I don't think. I don't know whether he is or not. But he's like
Fine either way.
Your headphones are so blue. They're like your blue balls. It's like they're like you have blue balls because you don't fuck.
I mean, that's just a perfect impression. I was like, you think you're funny? You know what? You get off my stage. You'll never be funny. You'll never be a comedian. You'll never be with the one. You'll never be the top 1,000 comics in the world.
And so,
Because you don't because you can't make girls come.
who's he saying this to?
Like other people, friends,
Who would listen to this?
and he'll have comedians on.
And this guy's got 50 million fans.
Oh, these arenas. It's like, remember when that band Kiss was popular?
See, the thing about Tony, like the way he became popular is, it is true he became popular because of roasting.
And you're like, why are they so popular? They're so bad. They're making bad music. They look like fools with their dumb makeup on. But they've got arenas full of dodos
Is it like marketing?
loving him.
You just know you gotta
Marketing.
aim for the 12-year-old boy market. Sorry, guys. I know you've all been there.
I mean, people just love dumb comedy. People attract to it. Like, that's why, Bert Kreischer's rich and all these other guys are rich. That just tends to happen. People just love leaving their brain at home and just kind of going for a wild ride, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's-
that's-
Well,
that's why
I
those
was into
people
Kiss when I was
exist.
like 7.
Yeah.
And then you kind of wise up.
Yeah.
And you hear real music.
Tim Heidecker not the only one that kind of is showing his dislike for Tony. It's several other people, even the people on Reddit. One guy that kind of made a video about it that I recently seen was XLP.
Tony's popularity has exploded over the last year, and Tony's personal celebrity has increased alongside it. The fan base is starting to exhibit early signs of a story arc we're all too familiar with. Newfound money and fame leads to a creator becoming detached from their audience and developing a superiority complex that gradually starts revealing itself to an ever-increasing portion of the public. This fosters a resentment that the viewers are at first able to tolerate and overlook. If the product is good enough, they could ignore any character flaws that don't massively interfere with their enjoyment of the program.
Another thing that XLP talks about in this video is that the subreddit thinks that Kill Tony, the podcast show, it's rigged.
The chaos of random bucket pulls could never exist in any other medium, other than the shock jock radio of the 90s and 2000s, which modern comedy podcasting is heavily modeled after. Even if the jokes aren't unbelievably funny for an episode or two, the unpredictability keeps it more enjoyable to watch than most other shows with a similar level of production. But this is where a lot of Tony's more dedicated fans are starting to have a problem. It's widely accepted now that the bucket is rigged, with posts deriding this as a conspiracy getting ratioed into oblivion, and ones calling it out are receiving actual support. This was the complete opposite a few months ago, with accusations of a rigged bucket being mocked and heavily disliked, while posts making fun of the conspirators were receiving most of the traction. You fast forward to today, even the people in the comments defending Tony on this point admit to it being rigged, but justify it as a necessity to maintain the quality of the show.
I kind of somewhat don't see it that way, that they're rigging the bucket, because it definitely takes away from the people that are waiting in line to get chosen and go upstage. And then imagine somebody just tells these other guys like, nah man, it's all rigged. Like, they're not gonna want to do it again, right? It's gonna mess up the show. It's gonna not make people want to do the show. So instead, he has other ways of making entertaining, right? Just having like guests on, also having regulars like David Lucas, even though you guys might not like him, but he's a regular there that people like. And then also William Montgomery and Hans Kim, and just to basically try to smooth out the show and make it more entertaining for people out there watching, right? And because if you just see a whole bunch of people just failing, like, some people will like that, but other people might kind of tune out of it, right? So they kind of want to have the best things of both worlds. That's why some people don't like him, because they think it's rigged. Another thing is because people think that he's just not humble enough and just thinks he's the biggest shit in the world.
You were a superstar coming out of that.
And if you only knew, I'm about to spill the beans on these mother. They don't even know. I'm about to give them the whole inside scoop about how it was supposed to be a short set. They wanted to keep me at the table. They didn't want me to make fun of this. They didn't want me to make fun of that. And I said, okay.
And then you just get up there and you're just
Right. The world, they gave me a chance, you know what I mean? They gave a hungry wolf a chance at showing what I can do.
And he's God's gift to comedy.
Another one of the main gripes you'll see repeated by Kill Tony fans is that Tony has a perpetually inflating ego, and how this makes him hypersensitive to jokes from people he views as beneath him. Just like with our last example, even the people defending Tony acknowledge this glaring personality flaw, and admit they just have to accept it to get the content they want.
Another thing that people don't like about him is how he's just mean to people for no reason, even though it's not like, he's not trying to be funny. It's very harsh, and it's just to hurt the person.
Yes, but I've learned to accept it. Most everyone knows what they're signing up for at this point. Of course, Tony is sensitive and insecure from years of being bullied while growing up for having a long neck, long teeth, and the body of an alien. This is his chance to get revenge. Just let him have his moment. And there are plenty more posts where that came from. Why is Tony acting like such a coked up douchebag? Tony, what the f, man? Tony is absolutely insufferable this episode. His ego has gotten too big. It's called ego. His ego is huge now that the show is huge. He's forgotten his roots. Tony is his own worst enemy.
Here's a clip of Bill Burr pointing that out, saying that, hey man, like, what the hell, your show sucks. You're very mean. Like how is this good for comedy?
Jesse, you did so bad. One of our guests is about to quit. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, if there's a negative lining, Tony will find it. There it is, right between the ray of sunshine. There's that little nugget of negativity.
Basically calling him out for the stuff he does. And here's a clip called "Multifaceted Extreme Comedy Show: The Tragic Rise of America's Fastest Top Rising Comedian." I'll just play it for you guys. It's kind of a quick one. I'm gonna break it down a little bit.
Cracking up and a fan.
Harlan's the best.
To be able to have moments like that there.
But again, it was a celebration of comedy.
Yeah.
Like the Legends bucket, when you kept pulling people out of the bucket.
So
it's
cool.
It's also a celebration of your creation, Tony. Like, I see it, I'm like, God, they deserve it, man.
Yeah.
It's like, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, go, man. Fucking.
He just created a specific type of show, which is like showcasing comedians. But it's not anything new. He just kind of changed it up a bit, right?
It became a Netflix show or a TV show. Is that you can't really describe Kill Tony in like one sentence. Like, there is no
improv. Amateurs. This user called Purple White Black says, can't describe in one sentence. A variety comedy show mainly consists of amateur comics and a group of seasoned comic judges who berate them. Yep, basically.
one line that describes Kill Tony. It's such a multifaceted, extreme comedy show. And one of the reasons why, without a doubt, is the fact that sometimes it's not a comedy show. Sometimes it's a very serious show. with a lot of laughter mixed in.
Is it because people say like, yeah, you know, they give the sob story like in America's Got Talent where they say like, yeah, you know, my mother's dying, so she last thing she told me was like, you gotta achieve your dream. Promise me that, you know, these are my dying words. You know, it's so sad, you know, it's not. It's a freaking comedy show, dude.
Wow. Because I figured we have every other type of art pretty much happening, right? We have stand-up, improv, hosting, right? Music. There's a video technology happening, podcast technology.
Dude's talking about production and making a video. It's like we didn't know this was possible. Like we just kind of figured it out, you know?
But yeah, giving these people a chance to, you know, show off a talent that they have or have their first kiss or things like that.
Or have their first kiss. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, is that one of the, you know, when comedy becomes deeper and more, you know, serious? Is that what it is?
It's just like I always ask myself, what if I was pulled out of that bucket, whether it's year 1, year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what would I want to happen to me if I did good? And if I did bad, what would I expect that the worst that could happen would be? And I ask myself these things, and, you know, you mix in these moments of, if you put yourself in position to do it, you can make almost anything happen. And I feed off of that.
And that's the bucket where, you know, comedians get chosen. Apparently people think it's rigged. I don't know why they would rig it. It's like they're people that we don't even know.
And I feed off of that. I feed off of the energy of people around.
Now we have Bill Burr like ripping on Tony Hinchcliffe and tells him how he really feels about him and this show.
Hey, what if Pat wasn't there? What would you have? You wouldn't have done that bit, right? So you just kind of just did a throwaway.
I would have done it to the whole crowd instead of just him.
You
I thought because like you guys make fun of him, it might work a little bit better.
You would have made them all stand up and salute you?
Yeah.
No, he would have picked one guy.
Yeah.
You know what he's saying.
I don't know. Maybe not.
He would have picked one guy. He would have done that. We were shitting on him. He thought it would work. It didn't work.
Yeah.
This is fucking brutal. This is gonna be.
So like, yeah, Bill is basically saying like, damn, we're not even funny here either. Like, what were we doing up here? That guy's not funny. I'm not funny. Let's just kind of move on, right?
Brutal. Is this gonna be an hour? This I don't want to do this to people. It's fucking horrible. Nobody can be funny in a minute. It's stupid.
Oh no, it happened.
Fucking 2 seconds.
Oh, it.
I mean, yeah, he is kind of right on that, right? It is a hard thing to do. I guess that's maybe like the hard part of trying to join Kill Tony is that, you know, that's the kind of the anomaly in that show is like you have to be funny within a minute, and if you are, you know, you're probably really good doing other stuff.
It happens a lot. Jesse just took a real bullet there.
Fuck this. You don't even. Fuck this. This is stupid. It's stupid. You're fine. You're fine.
Hey, Bill.
Love it.
Jesus Christ.
Bill, you're getting a little cranky. Go count your money, will you?
I'm not getting cranky. I'm sticking up for him. You guys are throwing him under the
Don't you raise
fucking
your
bus.
voice to
He
me.
threw himself under the bus.
Huh?
He threw
No,
himself
this
under
is
the bus.
Jesus. There's one more, and then I'm out. All right?
I don't know if he's ever came back. Was this his last performance, or this is just kind of a, you know, just kind of a joke, right? Just, you know, just to shit on Tony. I'll see if there's anything I can look up to see if he's done another appearance, just out of curiosity. Maybe he was just joking here. All right, guys, so I did some research, and it looks like Bill Burr only did one episode. So it does look like Bill Burr does not like the show. So there you have it there, just a little bit of an update.
There's another one, mean just to be fucking mean. I'm not doing this for fucking... Trying to bring it up here.
I love it. Jesse, you did so bad, one of our guests is about to quit. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, if there's a negative lining, Tony will find it. There it is, right between the ray of sunshine. There's that little nugget of negativity.
I mean, it's also like showing Bill Burr's like little sassy red-headed comedy, right?
Yeah. That's it.
Smarmy.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's it.
Christ.
That's pretty much it. That's the route that I have to take. So I'm riding it hard. I love it.
And then Tony doesn't come back with anything else, saying that he just loves getting roasted by Bill. What an honor, sir. Thank you.
So I'm riding it hard. I love it.
Okay, so anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I just want to talk about Kill Tony for a bit because he's been on the hot seat for a while with his fans, with his subreddit, even with other comedians like Tim Heidecker and Bill Burr. This clip of Bill Burr that we just recently saw, it just kind of shows how people are kind of just sick of Tony, and there's there's some wild conspiracies about how he conducts his show and all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think about this. Hit a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another one. Bye bye.